we need to talk about Britney Spears and the new slap heard around the world. To me, I'm gonna keep it basic, I'm gonna keep it simple, I'm gonna go straight to the point. If I have a security detail accompanying me, it's because people in public are not allowed to touch me, especially if it's a stranger. Yes, celebrities can be strangers. I'm not friends with any of them. And even if I were friends with some of them, I would hope that they understand their place based on the circumstances. If you're part of a show that we're mutually working on, I would expect that our security squad is going to be informed about that. I think that the security guard did his job, because if something would have happened to where this is actually a crazy fan and somehow our player ends up being hurt, we would be criticizing the shit out of security and demanding that security be fired. Or if it was a girl and it was a guy trying to go up to that girl, and for some reason that guy touches that girl, I guarantee you that there's going to be a little lawsuit or something filed. When I examined that footage, to me, it looked like she was getting ready to go for the touch, and then the security guard, a reflex kind of reaction. He just went like, whoop, and swatted her hand away. And then because she wasn't expecting that, her arm was relaxed. And to me, it looks like she kind of bitch slapped herself. Because when your arm is stiff and someone does a swatting or blocking maneuver, you see that arm isn't going anywhere. Whereas if it's relaxed, that arm definitely goes farther. So I think that her hand was relaxed. It got swatted away from a reflex reaction by security, and she just hit herself. Moral of the story: listen to what your girl says. Your girl has been saying for the last few weeks, don't touch people. Do not put your hands on people. When you're out, when you're in public, if you're not invited, if your presence is not known about, if it's someone you don't know, just don't touch people. This is why. And then I hated that in one of her posts describing the situation, she said, back in NSYNC days or late 90s, early 2000s, this wasn't happening. Like, girl, we get it. You were shoved away for like 13 years, but the world that you knew back then is significantly different. You need to consider anyone and anything a threat. And that's exactly what happened there. So how about if you stay in your little place, and no matter if it's a photograph or whatever you want, that's just not the time and a place. Wait for an actual official event where there's like a signing or a meet and greet, something like that, something you ought to be familiar with, and then request your picture. But I think that you're more upset that you wanted to go up to this person with your famous person privilege, heaven forbid, maybe even female privilege, and get away with it. But security had a surprise for you. Nothing wrong with that. I also hate how people online seem to be blindly defending this because it's Britney and she can do no wrong in this world, it seems. To me, that's my opinion. Security did their job. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for the guy. And anything that's a threat, you ought to neutralize within reason. But to me, it was just a reaction. You were getting ready to touch this person, and you're not supposed to touch, and whatever had to happen happened. I'm going to give a peek of the alleged footage, and then you'll see exactly what I mean about the reaction from the security. Look. Boom! And as you can see, it was the back of the hand. So like security, they didn't even care who or what it was or what was happening. It's like a reflex. Oh, getting ready to dive for this person. Boom! And it was so quick that you're not expecting it. Your arm is relaxed. You bitch slapped yourself. And if she didn't bitch slap herself, I think she ran into the security guard's hand at the very least.